Highguard, what is going on with this game? I plan to give you a full breakdown. Kind of go over what the reaction's been in the public, and honestly, it's been pretty rough. Um, I would say heavy backlash if I was to say anything. It's a lot of confusion about what the game is, what players are comparing it to other failed live service shooters like Concord. So we'll address it. We'll talk about it. Also, let's kind of talk about what the sentiment is on Reddit and on Steam, and kind of get an idea of how these players are feeling and what's going on. Um, so yeah, let's dive in. And I do plan to play the game on the day that it launches, again January 27th, 2026, and we'll see how it go. Hopefully, we have a good time. If we don't, I think we still gonna have a good time because everybody's gonna be talking bad about it. But we'll see exactly how it's gonna go. What is Highguard? Highguard is a free-to-play, online-only, multiplayer first-person shooter. No single-player campaigns, no PvE story missions, and the hook, I guess if you want to call it that, it's a genre blend. It's blending genres. It's a hero shooter, and then it has raid siege style mechanics in it, and some territory control, some base destruction. It's objective based PvP. So it's just kind of blending a lot of things together. For good, for bad, I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's a fantasy inspired world. Players are called wardens. They always got some kind of cute name, but a player's a player. And you get a mix of guns. You get some magic, some abilities in there. You get some mounts. So we have some videos of guys on horseback. And the aesthetic is not that unique, but the gameplay elements also feel familiar, which I guess would lead to some of the backlash that we've been seeing out in the public. It's going to launch with one primary mode, not multiple game modes, just one primary mode from what we know. Anyway, it's a two-phase match structure. You got a field fight, so a team will battle over a central objective. The goal is to capture a Shieldbreaker artifact. Here we go, Shieldbreaker. Basically, you're grabbing a sword or an axe or a hammer or whatever it is out there, and then you're going to take that shield or hammer and you're going to go bust open the shield to a central base, because that's what the teams are fighting over. They're fighting over a territory, a central objective, a central base. So the team will go fight for the shield breaker, because these are the raid siege mechanics. You go fight for the shield breaker, and then you will take the shield breaker to the base, break open the shield, and then you will escort some kind of item through to the base and help destroy the actual base. That's how the team wins, by destroying the actual base. The key design goals are team coordination over solo play, longer multi-phase matches. So it's not going to be a quick arena style game, and it may be let's think maybe battle royale length time, maybe longer. I don't know. Maybe hopefully it won't be as long as Deadlock. Those matches can go really long. Strategic positioning instead of pure kill count focus. So it really trying to highlight good teamwork, positioning your team in places so your other, you can put yourself in the best spot to win, as opposed to just being a fragger, just being out there and making all the kills. So what is the big concerns? It's only that one game mode, and that's it. Nothing else has been confirmed. Nothing else has been confirmed. No team deathmatch. We haven't heard anything about any ranked ladders, any casual playlists, any PvE alternatives. Something to help soak up the time. When you have a live service game, they make a big mistake of not giving people things to do. Gacha has its own problems. But the one thing about Gacha is they give you game to play. You get a lot of game to play. They may gate you and stop you from playing the game till you earn whatever currency or you pay whatever money, but they give you a lot of game to play. And Western developers tend to focus on the game loop, and not provide much else past that point. They'll focus around it, develop a very good game around it, but not give you a lot to do, thinking that one gameplay loop is going to actually hold up the game. In some cases it does. Arc Raiders is one of them. Arc Raiders has a specific gameplay loop. They found a very good niche in the middle of the extraction shooter genre. And because of that, they're succeeding. Highguard, in regards, I don't know. We don't know. Will this find this little niche? We will see. So why does all this matters? Limited variety at launch. Risk of repetitive gameplay. Players worried about long-term retention, which of course that's what it is in most cases. Common complaints: there's nothing to do but bounce between this mode and that mode, and if the mode doesn't click, the game will not click. You have nothing else to fall back on. Okay, so with only one game mode, let's focus on the progression systems. What we know versus what is missing. What we strongly expect to happen. Cross-play, cross-progression with PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. Free-to-play modernization is coming for sure, and it's hopefully focused only on cosmetics, like skins and emotes and effects. And God, that is also getting played out too. Every game with hey, let's just focus on the cosmetics. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Depends on how cool your character's looking. We're gonna talk about that too as well, because art style is a big issue on this game. What's expected but not clearly detailed? Player account leveling. It has to be some kind of form of leveling. Some kind of warden progression, your player progression, they call it wardens, whatever. Player progression, unlock systems for characters and gear, battle pass or seasonal rewards, probably going to be there for sure. Now, what's not confirmed at launch is rank mode, competitive ladder, seasonal roadmap, clear in-game progression loop. Very necessary for a live service game. Some type of clear in-game progression loop. What am I doing? Okay. It's cool to have a fun game nowadays. You can honestly get that experience for $5 on Steam. $5-10. You can play some of these games on Steam and you can get a fun experience, right? But it's not a long-lasting experience. For these developers spending millions and millions to develop a game they're hoping is going to last and catch fire. What is the progression loop? And we have no clue what the progression loop is. So we just play this game mode, and hopefully this game mode is just so fun that we're going to continue to play it over and 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 over again. We are gluttons. Gamers are gluttons, and we're going to eat. So hopefully it's good. We'll see. Players feel progression systems are being hidden or they're underexplained, which is a major red flag for a live service game. Major red flag. And maybe they're just taking the approach, play it and find out. If you want to know what the game is about, play it and find out. We're not going to put out any more hype. We're not going to try to build up any hype moments. We're not going to put out any more media. And they're missing an opportunity. Like a VIDOT will work. You don't have to put out the hype trailer. You can just put out a VIDOT, 8 minutes, explaining what the game is, telling people what it is. But no, I guess it's going to be play it and find out. And we are going to find out on the 27th. So what's the dominant sentiment out there amongst everybody? Everybody's skeptical. I would be skeptical. If you're a real gamer, you've been around for a long time, or if you've just been playing for the last couple of years, this game just sends up a lot of red flags. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Not saying it's terrible. We've seen worse. Okay, let's be honest. We've seen worse. We've seen better. Sometimes with an art style, it just catches you. You're like, yo, that game looks great. I want to play it. I can't wait to play it. I'm excited to play it. That character looks cool. I would like to be that character and play as them. Not really getting that from Highguard. We really are getting a very generic looking game. and that's leading to a lot of skepticism. It's like I've seen the moves before, I've seen the gameplay before. The character models look very similar to other character models I've seen before. The guy looks semi-cool. The other guy looks semi-cool. Look at this guy with the gun. He's semi-cool. You got your big ice guy. He's looking semi-cool. Doesn't look like something new and fresh. You know, that's one thing you could say about Arc Raiders. Or even Marathon, even though it has its own problems. They look different. They look fresh. They do not look like every other game. They have their own identity when it comes to art style. Highguard doesn't really have its own identity, if I'm to be honest with you. It doesn't have its own look. It looks very generic, very basic. And I'm not saying that to rag on the game. It's not. I'm pretty sure the developers have heard this from other places. So this is not me trying to put the developers down. But I'm just stating what the sentiment is out in the world, and what it is us gamers are experiencing, what we're seeing. It's a rough look. It's a rough look, not something that is very impressive looking. And sometimes gameplay can trump all. So, you know, maybe when we play, the visuals will turn into a background noise, and we're just like, yo, this game is just so fun. I don't care what it looks like. This game is so fun. And that's evident on a $10 Steam game that you play with your friends. Just the gameplay loop might be just so much fun. You're cool with that night playing that game no matter what it looks like, just because it's fun. Sometimes gameplay loops can work that way. Hopefully that would be the case for Highguard. There is a trailer out there. Don't know if you've seen it, where somebody supercut the Concord trailer in with the Highguard trailer. And honestly, if you haven't paid attention, if you never saw any of those trailers before, and somebody plays you that supercut trailer, you wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know the difference. And that's a problem. You could not do that with Arc Raiders. I mean, it's a third player game, so I get it. But you couldn't do it with Marathon at all. You couldn't do it with Halo. We can go back to an old school. But you can do it with Concord and Highguard. Something's not right. And maybe it's a budget concern, you know? Maybe they had to use some art assets that was quick and easy because they really wanted to focus on the game itself and make the game a great game. I hope so. But these are experienced developers. And you would think with the experience you would not take any shortcuts. But art seems to be a real big issue amongst the community. So very, very low Steam visibility, followers for what we see right now. So that looks like the game may be dead on arrival. There's a big lack of hype momentum, no hype at all. And players worried that the servers won't even stay populated so you can get a good game. I doubt that. This first week of Highguard, when we play, it's going to be a lot of people there because everybody want to see, you know, they want to watch a boat sink or a plane crash. So they're going to actually be there to check out Highguard and see what it's like. Does it clearly explain what makes it special? There's no explanation out there. The trailer tried to explain how the gameplay is going to be, but I think we need more. We need words. We need people. Visually, it just didn't work out for it. And that just leads to so many comparisons to failed games like Concord. And this may not be a Concord situation. Maybe it will be. But I also noticed some sentiment on Reddit that's a little positive. And there's a curious minority out there. I'm one of those people. Some people want to try it because it's free. Which, you know, hey, a good game for free. It's a good game for free. You can't be mad at that. Others have the I'll judge it myself at launch attitude, which I appreciate that. You know, let's not listen to the zeitgeist and all the words out there and succumb to the noise and formulate your opinion off of what everybody is saying. Let's go see for yourself. I appreciate it. And then you got a small but vocal group. They're defending the developers. You know, it's a smaller studio. Marketing budget wasn't AAA, so of course they're going to pay for an appearance at the Video Game Awards. They didn't think they were going to be closing out the awards. I mean, Jeff Keighley must have liked the game enough to actually put it there. So of course they're going to take what they can. They don't have the biggest budget, so hey, if we can get that spot, yeah, we'll take it. They didn't know any better. And the backlash just may be premature. Again, for those out there who love the attitude of I'm going to judge it for myself, really do appreciate you. It's a free game, so why is the backlash so intense? Well, we got an oversaturated live service shooter market. There's too many games out there. We've seen this before. We've seen this too many times. What's going to be the hook? That one thing that grabs me to say, hey, I actually will stop playing my Apex Legends run that I've been doing for the past 4 years, that I have dropped more than enough money in for skins. What's going to pull me away from that to play your game? This one game mode that you're presenting is going to be that fun? Developers have to think in that mindset. They have to put themselves in that mindset. And you know what? I think they do. They understand it. Hell, some of the developers of Apex is literally making this game. So they have to understand. They have to get it. It's a very risky endeavor. And sometimes just coming up with a cool concept and a great gameplay loop may not even be the thing that wins. Content is king out here. And you can look at Wild Rift. Wild Rift was fun. Great concept. Great gameplay loop. Not doing so well. And it's unfortunate. It's being steady, kind of maintaining a little player base, but to be a game that fun, it's just not killing it out there. The Finals. Embark's other game. If there's a game that has done something different in the genre, is the Finals. The level of destruction is something we've never seen before. You had Battlefield in some cases, Bad Company, and Highguard is doing a little bit of destruction too as well, but nothing is touching the Finals. The arena changes completely from all of the destruction that you face with the Finals. It's nothing like it. And that game is doing good, but it's not, astronomically out there. It's not huge. If it comes January 27th, if the game feels unfinished, or you have one game mode and that one game mode is not significant and the gameplay is very similar to what we've seen before, you're not making yourself different, we might be dealing with a dead game. And I'm a positive person. I don't want to see that, but let's be honest. Might be dealing with a dead game. Alright, so here's my final verdict on Highguard. Highguard isn't necessarily bad yet. The problem that we're all facing right now is uncertainty. Developers aren't speaking. They aren't saying nothing. We have no information, and we just got our imagination running wild with what is this that we saw? What was this game that Jeff Keighley was so high on that he wanted to put it to close out the Video Game Awards over top of some very heavy hitters like Star Wars? He literally put this at the end and didn't put Star Wars at the end. Think about that. So he really, really enjoyed the game. That might be a telling for a guy who played, I don't know how many games Jeff Keighley has played. Pretty sure he played a lot. I know I've played a lot. And if the game was that fun, there might be a justifiable reason for him to do what he did and why he feels so good and he was so high up on it. But there's uncertainty because we haven't played it. So players are walking into launch asking, what is the progression? Where's the roadmap? What's going to happen after week 1? Would love to get answers to some of those questions. And hopefully when the game drops, the developers will actually start speaking and letting us know. I implore you to. I think it'd be valuable. Again, I think a Vidoc would have been great. Not a bit marketing video, just something explaining what it is you guys have been making over the last, 3, 4 years, 5 years, however long you've been developing. But But you can at least answer, hey, this is what this game is. This is where the fun is. This is where the loop is. This is your progression. This is what we're planning to do after. Just giving us more information to know what we're getting ourselves into. But maybe your approach of staying silent and waiting, it might work. And if it does, I applaud you. Don't tell nobody nothing. You know, like shadow dropping Apex Legends, which is something you know a lot about. In closing, Highguard may still surprise people, but right now, at this very moment, it's launching into skepticism and silence in a genre that's already on thin ice. Good luck to you, Highguard. I will be playing, and I look forward to it. And I am rooting. I'm in your corner. I don't want to say you're a dead game, and we'll see how things shape up. This is igameoutloud. You're speaking with Rufus Youngblood. Thank you. Talk to you later.